So we live though. $4 years ago. All right, let me put that out. Candace Owens, The Making a Slave. How about that? You like that title?
Oh, yeah, let's go there, Unc.
Candace Owens and The Making of Slaves.
Mm.
Yeah, yo, I mean, she just killed the whole intellectual community. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to be intellectual, and she just killed us.
Yeah, yeah, she did. She
Um,
definitely. Yeah,
yeah,
she definitely did.
yeah, like how you doing too much? I mean, like God damn, boy. I mean, goodness gracious. Oh, Candace Owens,
Oh, Candace Owens.
Aunt Thomasina, Aunt Tom Messina. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know how she just even. I mean, how do you even come up with something like that, man? Like I don't know. Get some people in the building here. We're gonna rock out, get our hour and 20 in on them, yo.
All right, let's rock and roll, brother Unc. I'm ready to go.
We got 21,000 in the building.
Beautiful, beautiful. Peace and power, family. Peace and power.
Yeah, the real black atheist on fire. Hey, make sure y'all support the new project out by Kofi Pie Research Team, man. Spears of the Mossy. Make sure y'all on top of that, right? Go ahead and cop that. And after you cop that, go ahead and grab Mel Treks, animated lessons. All right. Waiting on that third part to come out, man. Make sure y'all get on that. Right. And since we going through all the festivities, right, and we want to show them how we want to be treated, make sure y'all go to Abju where I got some new shirts coming out, man. I just need y'all to support, man. Y'all ain't doing bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, and special message go out to the youth. You know what I'm saying? We support the youth, man. Uh, hey, you know what I'm saying, man? The youth did their thing. And I think it's so powerful because it just spread. And we're in the information age. And so, you know what I'm saying? The protest went viral, went around the world. And it's causing people to bow down to that. So, these youth, they use social media, you know what I'm saying, to put them where they need to be at. It's a perfect time, man, for them, for us to get what we want to get. It's a perfect time, man. We step all the way up, man. What you think about that, Doc? And how you doing, the lovely Dr. Mayat? You know what I'm saying? Teacher Supreme, Doctor, Superior. What else can I say about you? Man, got the baddest animated lessons, you know what I'm saying? Uh, in the United States and worldwide, educating the babies, going straight forward to that truth, dedicated to raising black babies. You've done all that. Matter of fact, I know you feeling like I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad the young brothers and sisters joined the fight with that blow. I'm glad. Glad to see it, man. For a minute there, I was losing a little, I was like, man, we found a bunch of dumb information. But it was time to step up, man. They ain't, they just went through it.
They sure did. They sure did, brother Unc. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. I was delighted to see the young people step up, and they wanted their voices heard. That's what I kept hearing from the young folks. When I asked, well, why did you go to the protests? They said, I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be heard. I wanted people to know how we felt. I wanted to support the movement. So I agree with you, brother Unc. I'm very proud, of those young people. What I think that now is that what we need to do now is get organized. So, we have their listening, we have their ear. And so I believe, just as Killer Mike said on his CNN address, he said that it's time to plot, plan, strategize, and mobilize. So we got to get organized at this point. So it was a beautiful thing seeing them come out. But now we got to get to work, Brother Ankh. And how do we get to work? Join an organization that's doing some good things. Like in Baltimore, we have a number of organizations. You got Reality Speaks. We have the Temple of New African Thought. I know the Nation is doing big things in Baltimore. So there are a lot of different organizations in Baltimore who are doing great things. So we just got to encourage people to get involved and join these organizations. And then we got to organize the organizations. You know what I mean, Brother Ankh? And come up with a plan, a plan. And once we come up with a solid plan, we execute that plan. So I'm looking forward to this. I just hope, Brother Ankh, and I gotta be real with you and everyone who's listening on, who's listening live and who will be listening in the archives. What I hope, Brother Ankh, is that for lack of better words, that we don't get rocked back to sleep. And what I mean by that is um, we've seen this before. When Trayvon Martin was murdered, we came out. The world came out. With Michael Brown, everyone came out, and Sandra Bland and many others, Philando Castile, Walter Scott, Alton Sterling, and Oscar Grant, and I can go on and on and on. But what I hope is that we don't lose the momentum, because it seems like, when things like this happen, there's a spark, there's a flame, we go out, we protest, we may riot. And then, once they announce that they have arrested the police officers, we sort of fall back. We wait for the verdict. We get disappointed by the verdict 9 times out of 10. And then, you don't hear anything else until the next black body drops. And so what I hope is that this time is the last time. I hope that this time we will keep up the momentum, organize, strategize, and mobilize.
Yeah, this is a little bit different on Doc. This went international. This went, when the brother got murdered in Baltimore City, everybody didn't do this. I think this different here. It took a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? In the face of danger, like, and I'm not even talking about the government, the danger from the police and them. I'm talking about the fact that we was in the middle of a damn pandemic. And the youth just, sometimes the reality is this. Sometimes, man, you gotta throw caution to the wind. And that's what they did. They said they're gonna sacrifice whatever it is. You know what I mean? They understood that they need to move forward no matter what it was. You know what I'm saying? And some of us had to catch up to that thought right there. But that's okay. Right? At the end of the day, you gotta support that. When somebody show me heart, man, you know what I'm saying? So it was more than just going outside, Doc. It was going outside in the middle of a damn pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And that take heart to do that. You know what I'm saying? They just sacrifice that, man. I like to say that that the youngsters, you know what I'm saying, they did return to their ancestors. It's a cycle all day long. It's simple. You know, all your ancestors are in your DNA. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Just that simple, man. And I like the way they moving. You feel me? So I think now it's our job to organize that energy. Because the youth, you know how it is. The young is born with the energy, sis. Young is born with the energy. You know what I'm saying? And the wisdom is with the elders.
Absolutely. That's how it always been.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I keep saying it's time to organize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely time to organize that. We gotta, like I said, it was cool to see, it was great to see, but now that we have their attention and we see that the youth is definitely ready to go, we gotta organize. We gotta organize and we have to plan. And I'm not gonna stop saying that. We have to organize. Spontaneous movements are ineffective, and we've seen that. History has demonstrated that. So now we definitely got to get organized.
Yeah, well,
And so I know you said it was, and then I want to address something you said. You said this was a little bit different. The world came out for Trayvon too. He made international news too. I mean, they were, when he was murdered. I mean, they were going off around the world, also around the country and around the world. So I mean, we saw it with Trayvon, and all I'm saying is that I don't want us to lose the momentum. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Straight up.
Brother, what are you over there doing?
I'm trying to find this little song you want me to play while you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to type in the daggone. Did all that. Just for it to disappear. You had to find that, Doc. Can't find it.
What do you mean you can't find it, brother Ankh?
I know you sent it to you, but I don't have that email up right here. Man, boy, I tell you.
Do you want it sent to another email address or what?
No, I'm gonna do it like this. Doc, I'm gonna do it like this. You see? Bam.
And let me get this. Let me read the back or something while you're looking for that. Hold on. Let me grab this book. And speaking of organization, this just came to mind. Dr. Takao Kilimanjaro and Brother Yara, they just released a book. They just released a new book. I have it sitting right here. It's called On Organization, Guiding Principles of Organization in the Period of African Renaissance. Now, while you're looking for that, Ankh, I just want to read a couple of sentences on the back of the book. Okay, so at the top, I'm looking at the back cover right now, family. It says organizational
Can you show the
procedures.
book? Can you show the book real quick so people know?
Oh no, I'm not cutting on my camera. Nope, nope, nope. you can you can put up the book. You
Oh,
can
really? That's
yeah,
how we doing it today, Doc?
yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm not cutting on my camera. I'm chilling. I'm in the comforts of my own home. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But on the back of the book, it reads organizational procedures, goals, and methods. He says all Africanist movements today, intellectually as well as organizationally, suffer most of all from being disorganized, provincial, scattered, outmoded, unprepared, obsolete, and in a state of disintegration. The first stage toward removing this defect and transforming local, and in parentheses he states, unplanned spontaneous movements into a united all African liberation movement is the establishment of an international all African organization of workers hyphen leaders. Members will have to give up all holdovers from slavery. And so this was very profound, Brother Ankh. He's saying members, so members of this all African organization, he said, have to give up all holdovers from slavery. What are those holdovers? Slave names, clothes, beliefs, religions, holidays, habits, values, norms, attitudes, beliefs, diets, fears, philosophies, etc. He says, let it go, strip down, and rebuild from nothing. And so when I read that, I said, man, when you organize something, well, the first ingredient or the first step to organization, you got to be unified. And in order to be unified, we got to be able to set aside a lot of things, beliefs, religions, and some values, your norms, attitudes, and etc. And so we just have a lot of work to do. And when I laid in bed and I read that, I was like, wow, it, you know, when you organize, it takes a lot of effort to organize. And I was wondering and just questioning, will we be able to set aside these things, as a collective? Will we be able to set aside beliefs and religions? Like, for me, I love you. I'm a race first. I'm a black first, race first person. And so I don't care what your religion is. You and I go back and forth. We both African centered people and we argue with the Hebrew Israelites. That stuff is fun, Brother Ankh. But at the end of the day, I love my people, regardless of what their ideologies. I feel tongue tied. Regardless of what their religions are, I love our people, and so I was just sitting in my bed when I read this and just wondering, are we really ready to do this? To set aside these holdovers from slavery. So, what's your thought on that, Brother Ankh?
They said religion. Did he put religion in there too?
He sure did, Brother Ankh. Were you
Um,
listening to me?
yeah, I just didn't hit. I heard you. I just want to make sure.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So no, I mean, if we wait on that, it'll never happen. It's not going down like that. What in my mind, that sound good, but you already know that's too much. You just got to look how far we've came in our development as Africans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and piecing together being an African and an African American, and being able to understand that dynamic and love that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Actually love being an African and an African American. You know what I'm saying? One does not cancel out the other. You know what I'm saying? People try to do that, but one does not cancel out the other because we have a history here too. You know how you going back and forth about, do we have a culture? They don't, not. Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, whatever it is we got, right? You see it in the youth right now. You see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I just think we just got to get the slave mentality up out of there. I think we can start with that, though, Doc. I think we can start with that because that's the piece that's really, really like say for instance, you know, when this thing kicked off, you know, I was avid in saying, yo, where's the leadership in a pandemic? And I quickly realized that the youth didn't even need leadership at all at that point. They just need to take that energy and do what they did. Now that the leadership is forming, we need to figure out who's going to do. It's called lead, follow, get the hell out the way. Right? We don't need no old people in the damn way. We don't need no old people who don't got the young in mind trying to lead no daggone body. You know what I'm saying? Just get out the way. And we also don't need people telling people how to fight the fight. That's important too. So if your fight is to, you know what I'm saying, fight for federal laws and regulations, then do that the best. If your fight is to every time you teach or come in contact with Black babies, you know what I'm saying, make sure you give them what you got so they can move forward. Man, that's part of the fight too. The fight ain't as big as we try to make it be. The fight starts at home. The fight first starts within yourself, right? And we're gonna get into that slave mentality today. So the fight starts right here, right? And it pushes out to the oldest institution, which is the Black family. That's the real fight. You know what I'm saying? The mental slavery. So the question is asked, is mental slavery, you know what I'm saying, worse than physical slavery? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's deep. What you think, Doc?
Oh yeah, it definitely starts in the mind first, and that's why I love the book. And even though he's a Muslim brother, I still love the book, Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery by Dr. Naeem Akbar. That's one of my favorite books. That's one of the books I read back in the '90s when I first, stepped into this thing we call consciousness. And and that's what Baba said. He said, the first thing we have to do is to regain, our consciousness, regain a thorough knowledge of self before we can do anything. And so I wholeheartedly believe that, you fight the, I guess you would say, the internal war first, right? So before we can fight the external war, we have to fight, we have to win the war within. And that starts with the mind.
Huh. And that's the only piece we necessarily have not addressed, man. And you, and painstakingly, please subscribe to Dr. Oyamaya's channel. What is the name of the channel? Is it just Dr. Oyamaya?
Yep, it's just my name. It's just my name.
Listen, y'all, listen. Come on, man, listen. Subscribe to the daggone channel. Man, they did a whole thing on the blueprint for Black Power. Powerful. I mean, she did the work. So I just listened to that because that's a hell of a book.
and brother Ark, look, brother Ark, and it took us 8 months to comb through the blueprint for Black Power, but we definitely got through it. And so, family, if you want to access those discussions, just go to the search engine in YouTube and type in Blueprint for Black Power, RAM, because that's the name of the book club. The book club is called The Resurgence of the African Mind. So just type in Blueprint for Black Power, RAM book club, and all of the chapter discussions will come up. But brother Ankh, I'm telling you, you're right. That's one hell of a book, 868 pages. I said Baba outdid himself with this one.
Oh, didn't he, man? Okay, so we got some powerful people in the building. Let's see who in there. Anusha, what's good with you? I see Dr. Yaya. What's up, Dr. Yaya? Man, CK the Poet. Yeah. What else we got in here, man? Niagara Valley Civilization. Massey Warrior Clan. Once again, man, hey, Spears of the Massey, make sure y'all go ahead and get that. Somebody drop that link right there, man. Kosi Pasai Research Team, right? They're in the family all day long. I'm proud of them. Proud of them all day long, man. Proud of them, man. Go ahead and get that. Anonymous, Preem, what's up with you? White Side, what up? What up? Yeah, Eric Ishmael, what it do? Yeah, so Facebook, I've been going back and forth and been entrenched in a battle. But let's go ahead and kick this off, man. We got a real powerful show, and I know I can't hold the doc too long, man. I appreciate her actually, you know, coming through and doing this with me, man. And we need to show more support to the doctor on her channel. She got some real good uploads lately. Um, got Professor James Smalls, Kaba. So she's going through the elders right now. They just give them some of their wisdom right there. So let's go ahead and kick the joint off, man. And you know how we do it around here, man. We gets it all the way in. Let me go ahead and get this. Go ahead and get it going. Mm-hmm. See where we at, Doc. Let me go ahead and put this joint in. See what we got here. See what's on the playlist here, Doc. Let's see.
Baltimore. Hey, look, brother Unc, I know you saw the heavy hitters in there, brother Jabari. Brother, yeah,
I
brother.
seen the original heavy hit. I seen you up in that piece.
Uh,
Yeah, I caught that. I caught that. Man,
yeah.
that's an inspiring song, man. What's the name of the group? Talk to me real quick, Doc. That's
It's called Paradigm Shift. It's a husband and wife team. Brother Ramsey Muhammad and his beautiful wife, Sister Paula Muhammad. So they formed a group called the Paradigm Shift, and that album, or that they put together an album, but I know the song came out like 3 years ago, and the video was shot right there, brother Onk, off of North Avenue down in the projects where Freddie Gray used to live and where he was murdered. So we went down to the area and shot the video. We also had Sister Tawanda Jones in the video. And, Sister Tawanda Jones is the sister of Tyrone West. Tyrone West was brutally beat by Baltimore City police officers, and he died he was murdered in 2011. And so that family has been fighting for justice since 2011. So yeah, it's a lot of heavy hitters in the video. But brother Ark, I do want to take some time to shout out the sisterhood in the building. I know you mentioned Dr. Yaya and CK and Sister Juju and Sister Anusha. I just wanted to definitely say peace to the sisterhood in the building. I see them in the chat room. I want them to know that I love them, and I hope that I represent them well.
Well, they only in here to see you, so it is what it is. Y'all thick as thieves, man. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The sisterhood thick as thieves, man. And I love that, and I love the way you do that. The dudes we'll cuss each other out and be mad for a year. Sisterhood, man. It don't matter what a sister believe in. She can be chakra, incense, or scientific literacy. You know what I'm saying? You got their back, and I just had to learn how to step back off that. And you know what I'm saying? It's a bond, you know what I'm saying? And let no man break that bond. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the first teachers, and it is what it is, man. So let's really, so now we just got to beat up, one of your comrades.
No, she's not my comrade. She's being used. She got to come back home, but she got to, and I'm gonna get into that when we talk about, the video. But she's being used, as an agent can I say certain things on? Because I don't want to use certain terms and then the video gets blocked. Because I kind of
You
want
want
to.
to show the video to your class? Don't get me started.
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna use profanity, but I know that YouTube has trigger words, so I didn't want to, Well, we know what she's an agent of,
What an
So
age of racism, white supremacy? Absolutely.
okay, okay, all right. I didn't know if you were
Just
cool
say
with me
that,
saying
man. I'm
that.
gonna say that and take the video down. Then if that's what that is, it's,
Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
I
when
just
the NFL just came out and they admitted that they was wrong and not allowing the brothers to have a peaceful protest. That's
absolutely.
powerful. We talking about billionaires. We talking about the good old boys club. We talking about the youth that made the good old boy club bow down. So now Kaepernick, right? I call him Kaepernick. Kaepernick. How important was what he did? He was ahead of his time, just like that song was. Like the fact that we can look back now and see how right that brother was, right? And how right the sister was that supported him. She a firecracker. She ain't trying to hear it. He like never planning to play in the NFL again. But he stood up. And now, years later, right, the NFL is admitting that they was wrong in doing that. How powerful was that meeting with Jay-Z and Jay-Z getting in there? How powerful was all that getting them see? So we seen the way you supposed to move, right? We seen the little AJ Gaskin. AJ Gaskin, he liked to sit down and meet with white people. Look up the Black Titan, AJ Gaskin. Read the book, right? Get the auto book for those who don't got time. You know what I'm saying? AJ Gaskin, he wasn't a person that liked to protest. He didn't like that. He liked to sit down and negotiate from a position of power. And I always tell the story that AJ simply said, look, he in a town where they had them white and black bathrooms and white and black water fountains. He was like, look, check this out. Give you a couple days, you know what I'm saying? I need them signs out my bathroom. He didn't protest. Out the bank that I got my money in. Man, y'all know they had them, they took them signs down immediately, right? So, you know what I mean? It's deep, right? Appreciate Jay-Z. Think about that. Think about how that was. Oh, he's an Uncle Tom, right? And see, we're gonna talk about that misuse of the word, right? And so, while we at it, Candace Owens, um, mm, Aunt Tom Messina, that's what we're gonna call her. She ran her mouth. I gotta get the clip, Doc. Man, that's what I need to play the clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Play the clip, and we're gonna stop it, and we're gonna see, right, that she's definitely suffering, right, from mental slavery. Is it her fault? But you can see it. You can see it in her voice. You can see it in her actions. You can see it in her words. Yeah, let me get the hold on. Let me get that up here, right? And we're gonna test her. We're gonna see if she right or not in what she's saying. I already know what side you stand on. You know what side I stand on, right? See, a person can say some things that are right, you know what I'm saying? But say it at the wrong time. They make it completely wrong. It's called being out of context.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. She stayed out of context. All right, hold on one sec.
And she misused a lot of words, Unc. You know,
Oh,
she misused a lot of words.
you're a wordsmith. Yeah, I hate to be around you. I can't. You kills me. Kills polite. Polite be I believe.
uh,
Yeah, you crazy with that, yo. Yeah, Doc, the goat. All right, let me see. Let me grab this. I can't believe I didn't put this. Hold on, Doc. This is what I'm gonna need you to do for me. We just play her words, right?
mm-hmm.
Play her words and let it. She gonna kill herself with her own words, because that's normally what people do, right? And even now, if she was to come out and say that she was wrong in that, I would accept that. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing moving fast, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is moving fast, man. It's a whirlwind. Yeah, them babies on their A game with this one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're gonna stay supporting them. Yeah, if you're too old to support them, sit your ass down. That don't mean you can't critique them, and that don't mean you can't offer up advice, and that don't mean you can't keep fighting with them, right? Because now we got to interject, right? You know what I'm saying? The wisdom into the thing. That's going to be important over the long haul. So we got a lot of people with a lot of black businesses, right? You might as well start with Eddie Mae Productions. Might as well start with that. You got that new workout, the Spears and the Mossy, right? Start with that. Somebody put the link in there, and y'all stay at Abju. Well, I'm appreciating that, man. See, that's, I can't wait to get Tariq on the show, right? The brands, right? What the brother did for me, right? Nagas Footwear, right? This brother showed me the way. You know what I'm saying? He mentored me. You know what I'm saying? Or in the African context, yeah, he was a Jenner for me. He actually showed me, you know what I'm saying, how to start my own shoe company. You know what I'm saying? Like how many people do that? Like how many people do that? And that was real the way that happened. I just want everybody to know that, like who really does that these days, right? And the shoe company is dedicated to the red, the black, and the green. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what it's about. You feel me? So the brother was ahead of his time with that. You know what I'm saying? Ahead of his time. So now y'all see why it's so important to support. The more you support, the more money we got to work with to help the babies, to be in the communities. Remember, our companies is dedicated to that. You know what I'm saying? So like if you spend 100 million in Nike, right? How much are they willing to give back at the end of the day? I'm sure they're gonna do their part, right? But think about it, man. You support your businesses, right? And expect the businesses to support you back. And that's not complicated. All right, hold on. I think I can get it down. One page. Hold on. Play her words and just see what she fall. All right. Grab that real quick off here. And let's just get it in, man. Man, I ain't doing. Let me see. Shit down. All right.
Candace Owens was reminded by the people who.
Oh, is that there? No, Dap. Where you at, Dap?
I'm right here waiting for you to get it together because you already know where I'm coming from. And so I have my stuff in front of me, ready to rock and roll. But I think that we should definitely play the audio,
Yeah,
before we.
get that audio right.
Yeah, yeah, just play the whole clip. We're not going to stop it because you know how when you stop it and you start talking, people say, "Oh, you're switching the words around," and you try. No, no, no. We're going to let it play. And I think the clip is about what 18 minutes, brother? 14 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that.
I'm not sure.
I want to say it's like 14 to 18 minutes, but I want to, I want to play it so they can hear exactly what she said if they haven't, and then we just address it address what she said point for point.
Yes, can we do it that way? Like, let them make a point, then stop it at that point.
You okay? Well, however you wanted to do it, I was gonna let her rock out and then just kind of go back at her.
Yeah, you gonna finish her off? That ain't fair, man. Leave that lady alone. Hold on, I got it. Hold on. 1 sec. Thought I had these clips. All right. I downloaded the wrong thing. Miss Parker. Okay. We're gonna deal with Aunt Tom Cena. We definitely gonna deal with her. Yeah, got to deal with her. All right. Okay. We'll let her rock out for a minute.
Hello, Facebook family. I have decided to do this video. It has been weighing very heavily on my heart and on my mind as well. And it was something that I wanted to say early on, but there were so many emotions and so much pressure for me to go with the popular opinion about who George Floyd was. And sometimes it can be difficult when there are just so many external pressures to say what you believe in. This was an instance where I felt like my silence would have been better in the beginning, but the more that I think about it, I realize that we are being sold a lot of lies, and at the detriment to the Black community, at the detriment to the white community, and at the detriment to America as a whole. So I want to come out and say that I do not support George Floyd and the media depiction of him as a martyr for Black America. I'm going to explain why, and I hope that some of you guys will understand where I'm coming from. I have spent a considerable amount of time reading a lot of Black authors that I think are some of the most brilliant Black Americans breathing. Walter Williams, Shelby Steele, Thomas Sowell, and I recently came across something that was an idea that was planted into my head by Shelby Steele, and it has been something that I cannot forget. It is something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. And it is something that I hope for the Black Americans that are watching will stick with you for the rest of your life. Shelby Steele said that the Black community is unique from other communities. Our culture is unique from other communities because we are the only community that caters to the bottom denominator of our society. Now, let me explain what that means. It means to say that not every Black American is a criminal, not every Black American is committing crimes, but we are unique in that we are the only people that fight and scream and demand support and justice for the people in our community that are up to no good. You would be hard pressed to find, a Jewish person who has spent 5 stints in prison, who commits a crime and dies while committing a crime, and that the Jewish people champion and demand justice for. You will be hard pressed to find this in white America. You'll be hard pressed to find this even in Latino America. There is a person that spent multiple times in prison. You are not going to see a bunch of Latinos coming out demanding justice for this person, even if, and I want to be very clear, what I'm saying is not any defense for Derek Chauvin. I hope Derek Chauvin gets the justice that he deserves to be, implemented upon him, and that the family of George Floyd deserves justice for the way that he died. But I also am not going to accept the narrative that this is the best the Black community has to offer. For whatever reason, it has become fashionable over the last 5 or 6 years for us to turn criminals into heroes overnight. And it is something that I find to be despicable, and it's something that I refuse to stand by any longer, and I'm not going to play a part in it, no matter how much pressure comes from Black liberals and Black conservatives as some token of people wanting you to believe that this is the only way you can be Black, is you have to say this was wrong and that this person was amazing. I won't do that. George Floyd was not an amazing person. And as soon as this video hit the internet, I did just basic searches. Everyone jumped on it and was looking at the police officer, and everyone agrees that the police officer was wrong, and the police officer has been arrested. So that is not the reason I'm not discussing that, is because that is not something that has been misconstrued in the media. He has been turned into the devil that he is, and there is no reason for us to harp on that any longer, because white Americans are not uplifting Derek Chauvin as a victim or pretending that he's an amazing human being. But George Floyd is being uplifted as an amazing human being. For those of you who have not yet seen the clips and did not pursue or wait for more clips to come out, first and foremost, George Floyd at the time of his arrest was high on fentanyl, and he was high on methamphetamine. This came back in both of his autopsy reports. If you pursue the 911 transcript, you can see the person describing somebody who is out of their mind high, and which is what made the person fearful, because he tried to use a bill that I guess was a fake bill to purchase something, and then he was outside acting weird, and they, in their police call, said that this person was obviously distorted and on drugs. When he is put into handcuffs and is put against the wall, a baggie of what looks to be like cocaine or it's a white baggie that he drops onto the floor that you can see in an image. If you look up the clip, the media is refusing to circulate it. You can find it on Twitter. If you use DuckDuckGo and look up George Floyd baggie, you can watch the clip yourself with your own eyes. He had drugs on him at the time of his arrest. Now, barring all of that, nobody thinks that he should have died during this arrest. But what I find despicable to be is that everyone is pretending that this man lived a heroic lifestyle when he didn't. And I want to talk about what his lifestyle was leading up to this moment, and why I refuse to accept the narrative that this person is a martyr or should be lifted up in the Black community, and that we should be buying T-shirts with his name on it. Okay. So here we have, first and foremost, let's start from the bottom of his record. And by the way, I am not saying that if you have a record, you don't deserve a second chance. I think people get arrested, and some people can serve time in prison, and I believe in second chances, but I do draw the line when it comes to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth chances. 1998, he spent 10 months in prison for theft with a firearm. That was the first prison stint that I could find on him. In 2002, he spent 8 months in prison for a cocaine offense. In 2004, just 2 years later, he spent another 10 months in prison for a cocaine offense. In 2005, he spent another 10 months in prison for having less than 1 gram of cocaine on him again. In 2007, and this was the biggest instant that I had that made me realize this was a horrible human being that I am not going to pretend was a good person. In 2005, a woman who was pregnant received a knock at the door, and she went to the door, and the person pretended to be someone that worked for the water department. So she opened her door and quickly realized that the person at her door did not work for the water department, and attempted to slam it. At the moment that she was attempting to slam it, a Ford pulled up, and another 5 men jumped out of the car, and one of which was George Floyd, came up to the door, and they forced their way inside to her home, inside of her home. Mind you, this woman is pregnant. At that point, George Floyd took out a gun and pressed it to her stomach. As she was screaming, begging for her life, and he put her inside of her living room and instructed one of his criminal friends that was with him to watch her and to make sure she didn't leave the living room. So he was playing guard while they ransacked her home looking for drugs and money. They did not find drugs. They ended up taking, I believe, her wallet and her cell phone. Fortunately for her, her neighbor observed what was going on and caught the license plate of the people as they pulled off and called 911. And when 911 was able to, they were able to track down the car of which George Floyd was the driver, and they arrested him. And 2 years later, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for that instance. Now, you can say the media is portraying it like he was just getting his life together after, being released in 2014 following that incident. He was just getting his life together and moved and was going to start afresh. I'd like to believe all of those things, and there's a gap, and he never got in trouble for 5 years until this incident when the police were called on him again. But you are defying common sense to believe that this person suddenly became an exemplary character, but happened to be high on fentanyl and methamphetamine, and trying to use a fake bill to purchase something. And so, in my opinion, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal. And just because he was a criminal doesn't mean he deserved to die at the knee of a police officer. But it does mean that I am not going to play a part of the broken Black culture that always wants to martyr criminals, who wants to pretend they were these upstanding human beings that just wanted to help society, that just wanted to reach out and uplift society. And he has a rap sheet that is long, that is dangerous. He was an example of a violent criminal his entire life. Okay, up until the very last moment. Now, again, I want to be clear. This is not a defense for Derek Chauvin. No one that I have spoken to, no one in the news is defending Derek Chauvin. He is getting what he has coming to him. Okay, great. But why are we pretending that this criminal should be upheld as a citizen, as a martyr in Black America? A martyr for a fake narrative, by the way. Police brutality, racially motivated police brutality is a myth. Okay, so let's get into that. Not only are we using this death, right, and allowing it to cause these riots and protests, pretending this was some upstanding citizen in the Black community who was tackled down and killed for no reason, right? Not only are we allowing it to inspire riots in which Black people are dying, in which actual upstanding Black citizens are dying. Case in point, I'm sure you guys have all now seen David, the sheriff that just was shot and killed because he was trying to protect a pawn shop. Please look him up if you haven't seen it. I'm blanking on his last name. His first name is David, who was shot and killed for trying to protect a pawn shop from looters, an upstanding citizen, an actual head of a police. He was the head of a police his entire life, 77 years old, did everything right, right? So we now have to kill upstanding Black citizens because a non-upstanding Black citizen, a career Black criminal, died. Now, did he deserve to die in that manner? No. I can't say it enough. No, he didn't deserve to die in that manner. But I will be damned if the rest of us upstanding Black citizens have to suffer because of this incident that rarely ever happens in America. So here are some numbers for you people that are still believing that police brutality is a real, racially motivated police brutality is a real thing. First and foremost, okay, you have a 25% higher chance as a violent white criminal of dying at the hands of a police officer than you do as a Black criminal. Last year, a total of 9 unarmed black men were killed by police officers, and 19 white men were killed by police officers. For those of you that aren't good at mathematics, right, you might be thinking, oh, but Candace, white people represent 60% of the population, and Black people represent just 13% of the population. It doesn't matter what percentage of the population you represent. It matters what percentage of the violent criminal community you represent. And unfortunately, Black community commits a disproportionate amount of crimes compared to the white community. Let me tell you, 6% of the population, right, Black men, 6% of the population account for 44% of all murders in this country, according to 2018 statistics. That is what you call a gap. And yet white people who represent 60% of the population, we represent 13, Black men are 6%, only represent 50% of all the murders, right? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. A 6-point variation in a community where we are extreme minorities. We commit 50% of all violent offenses, evenly split, and we're only 13% of the population, okay? So we have a lot more encounters with police officers. And don't say that police officers are coming around because we're Black. I'm talking about violent criminals. I'm talking about murder, 44% of murders, okay? You want to talk about real statistics? The police officers have way more to be fearful of in the Black community than the other way around, okay? We commit, on average, a police officer is 18 and a half times more likely to be killed by a Black person than the other way around, okay? So this entire narrative is complete smoke and mirrors. It's all made up. It's just election fodder. It's white versus Black because it's an election year, not because Black Americans are suffering at the hands of police officers more than white Americans. Do some police officers do the wrong thing? Yes. I don't think there's anybody in the world who has not encountered a police officer and thought this person is an absolute jerk who is power tripping, whether you are Black or white. We know they exist. And we know they're always going to exist, by the way, because they're human beings. And sometimes human beings suck. In fact, if you want to attack a community for accidental slayings or brutality, did you know that doctors accidentally kill 250,000 people every year because of mistakes? Do you know there's been doctors that have been arrested for being serial killers that just were killing people because they wanted to? Do we protest and boycott doctors? Do we assume all doctors are horrible human beings because some doctors are? Or do we realize that society is not perfectible? People suck in every profession. It is no excuse to paint society with a broad brush. It is certainly no excuse to accept a Democrat narrative, okay, that Black people are being disproportionately hunted down by police officers because of the color of their skin. You want to know the best way to avoid not being brutalized by a police officer is to limit the amount of encounters you need to have with them, especially when it comes to violent crimes. Okay, I am not going to stand for this continual bottom-feeding narrative of us martyring people that have had 5, 6, 7 stints in prison and then pretending they were upstanding heroes to our community. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Excuse my language. It's absolute bullshit. And I'm tired of it. I'm I'm tired of having to play pretend. I'm tired of sitting here and being called a coon or Uncle Tom because I won't play this bottom feeding game with you. If you want to hang up posters of criminals on your wall and talk about them as your martyrs, do it. Do it. You can do it. Kobe Bryant was my idol. Okay, I'll keep a photo of Kobe Bryant. You can keep one of George Floyd and pretend he was an upstanding human being that just once or twice put a gun across a pregnant woman's belly. Could you imagine that woman right now? That black woman, by the way, right? Watching everybody pretend this person was an upstanding human being who just at the age of 42 and 5 prison stints was going to get his life together. I mean, it's embarrassing. We are embarrassing in that regard, right? This is why we have a cycle and a toxic culture, because nobody wants to tell the truth in Black America. It's so easy to be a victim. It's so easy to ask white people to bow down and apologize and do all these things for us. It's crap. It's crap. It's a lie. It's a farce. Our biggest problem is us, okay? It's why we don't talk about it when black on black crime happens. It's why we don't talk about it when 40 black people are killed in one weekend during Memorial Weekend in Chicago. We don't want to talk about any of that stuff. We don't want to talk about Baltimore. We don't want to talk about New Jersey. We don't want to talk about any of these places where black people are being slaughtered by other blacks, because that would mean that we had to be personally accountable, right? That would mean personal responsibility. We don't do personal responsibility in our community. We don't do it. We blame white people, right? We only point a camera to white people when they do something, even though we do it at a way higher rate to ourselves, right? We celebrate our drug dealers. We're the only community, right, that would ever create hashtags to free people from prison because they committed crimes, like free Meek Mill, free this rapper, free this rapper. How hard is it to not spend multiple times in prison? How difficult is that? Is that too hard for us? Is that way too high of a mountain for us to scale, to do the right thing, to be upstanding citizens? That is the call to action that I have for Black America with Blexit. Like, why do we keep fulfilling this narrative? What do you think the perception of us, by the way, is on the outside? You ever look at the comments? You ever go into like an anonymous blog and see what people say? Oh, just black people being black people. I see those racist comments. Oh, just black people got to riot. Black people got to be black people. You know how they are. Oh, just black people being ignorant. That is the perception. When people get to be anonymous and talk about us, that's what they think about us, right? They think that we are the kind of people that will forever uphold criminals as the martyrs of our society, that we will never take account for the things that we do wrong, right? That we don't have it within us to educate ourselves to get ahead. And that for those of us that actually do it, well, we get called coons, right? You got Condoleezza Rice, she's a coon. Larry Elder, he's a coon. Dr. Ben Carson, brain surgeon, first ever to perform the surgery of splitting twins that are connected by the head. He's a coon, right? What a loser he is. What a stupid guy he is. Kanye West says he's not going to be told to do it because of the color of his skin. He's a coon. He's lost. He's in the sunken place. The sunken place. That's where we all are, right? Because we demand more and we will get more out of this society, because we're going to get ahead, right? That's what's going to happen. We're going to get ahead. Black conservatives get ahead because we don't subscribe to this narrative. Because you're not going to catch me outside trying to grab a TV pretending that it's because a martyr named George Floyd got killed. Okay? I'm a big believer that no matter what color you are, you do stupid things, you win stupid prizes. Okay? We have to do better. We have to teach our kids better, or we're not going to get ahead, right? Anyways, this is just a rant because I have been feeling super, super, super annoyed at these depictions in society. I have no apologies here to make. George Floyd is not my martyr. He can be yours. That's all I have to say to Black America.
Okay. All righty now. Where you at, Doc?
I'm here, and I was just completely disgusted listening to that rant. You know, I listened to it last night before I went to bed. You told me, go Doc, go listen to that, and I listened to it. And all I can say is that, brother, go ahead. You can say something, brother Onk.
Let's just go in on. Let's bang on.
Now, you just want to bang. I thought you were asking me how I felt, because I was going to tell you I was just completely appalled and disgusted. But brother Onk, I gotta be real. I wasn't surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, she's always been who she is, and she is a conservative. And again, I would implore people to study Blueprint for Black Power, because I believe Dr. Amos Wilson did a wonderful job in describing what a Black neoconservative is. And he tells us that, the central function and role of a black conservative is to put a black face on white power. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's doing her job. And so I don't expect her to behave otherwise. So, Brother Ankh, do you want to go ahead and start this off, or do you want me to start it off?
Black people make criminals martyrs. First of all, Aunt Tom Messina, we ain't make the man a daggone martyr because he was a criminal. I ain't heard nobody say, hey man, we celebrating this criminality. I ain't heard that. Where she get that at? She made that up. She trying to cloak something. What are you talking about? Nobody's running around here glorify this man's criminality because no one knew his daggone criminal record, miss.
Facts.
No one cared about his criminal record. Now you'll hear people say, well, she made some good points. No, she didn't. Know why? Because people are riding out in the streets, protesting, burning down buildings because they seen a black man who was not afforded the rights that all Americans are afforded. Do you know what you can do in America? In America, you can literally shoot 20 people. The police come, drop the gun and put your hands up. Once you done put your hands up, they can't shoot you, or supposedly. They supposed to just lock you up. Do you know why? One, you got a right to a speedy trial. Two, you're innocent until proven guilty. Last time I checked. Three, you got a right to a damn attorney. That's why, Miss Candace crazy. This man was handcuffed. That is what we're talking about. We don't care if you have drugs in the system. Plenty of people drink. Alcohol is a drug. What? Yeah, alcohol is a drug. People drink all the time. That has nothing to do with this man getting murdered live on TV. With black people getting murdered live. That's what we talking about.
Exactly.
What the heck is wrong with her?
Exactly. And then Brother Ankh, she said that we made him a martyr. And so when she said that, I said, that's not what a martyr is. I said, wait a minute, let me just make sure I'm not going crazy. Let me go ahead and look up this definition, right? And it says a martyr is a person who voluntarily suffers death as a penalty of witnessing to or refusing to renounce a religion. So I said, how the hell did we make him a martyr? It was never about making him a martyr. It was about addressing police brutality. It had nothing to do with making him a martyr. So I didn't understand her usage in that term. Like, what was she talking about? I haven't seen a video on social media or even, in the community spoke with anyone who felt like he was killed because of his religion or his beliefs or etc. And that's what a martyr is. So she misused that word. Go ahead, Brother Ankh.
He's weaponizing information, Doc. Did we just not read that?
Facts.
Okay? It's simple as that. No matter what she said, the things that she's talking about, trying to get statistics and show some type of scientific literacy, that's a bunch of malarkey. That conversation is for another time period. That's a whole separate conversation that black woman should, any self-respecting black woman that claims to have some damn intelligence, which she does not, and have a little bit of money, she's supposed to be going out to the black communities and having conversations about that and about those issues right there. Those issues about the numbers, how many people we kill, violent crimes, that ain't got nothing to do with this.
And her numbers were wrong too, Brother Ankh. I mean, that stuff is public. You can go to I think it's called the Bureau of Justice or whatever, or the FBI, go to the government websites and see what the data is. And so I don't know where she got her data from. She didn't present, the data. She just kind of said, these are the statistics. She never dropped, a link or anything. But when I looked up the data says that white males are arrested for most of the violent crimes committed. And I'm not saying that black men don't commit crimes or black people don't commit crimes, but what I am saying is not at the rate in which she stated. Michelle Alexander, in her book, The New Jim Crow, she talks about that too, that myth that blacks are just criminals. And so she presents a lot of data in her book, which combats that idea that blacks are prone or more prone to committing crimes.
I wouldn't care what number she came up with, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Like, Doc, that's a separate, like me and you have these conversations. That's not a conversation that you have in the middle of somebody getting murdered. Man ain't even dug in the ground yet. We talk about doing that.
Absolutely.
You got programs in place. You connected real heavy with people who are dedicated to the upliftment of Black people all day, every day. This is what we do. That's why we created the Armor Raw Squad. Real Black Atheists, Mossy Clan Warriors. Come on, man. This is why we did that. For that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, okay. The doctrine of discovery. Oh, people don't uplift their criminals. Well, let's see. The doctrine of discovery. The doctrine of discovery established a spiritual, political, and legal justification for colonization and seizure of land not inhabited by Christians. It has been invoked since Pope Alexander VI, or Pope, do we not glorify popes? Criminal, issued the Papist Bull Interior. It says, in 1493, the Papist decreed amid a justify Christian Europe explorers' claims on land and waterways they allegedly discovered. Man, they ain't never discovered nothing. It was always people there. It say, and prompts Christian dominion and superiority has been applied in Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and the Americas. If an explorer proclaims to have discovered the land in the name of a Christian European monarch, plants a flag in the soil, and reports his discovery to the European rulers, right, and returns to occupy it, the land is now his. Come on, man. We talking about Christopher Columbus. Man, do they not glorify? As a matter of fact, our babies got to read that in textbooks. Criminal. Was not Christopher Columbus a criminal? Facts. Yeah, they glorifying criminals. Let's talk about Las Vegas. Who in the hell started Las Vegas? Criminals. Meyer Lansky, Bugsy Siegel. Criminals. They glorify Las Vegas. Do they not? Wait a minute. The transcontinental slave trade, right here, right, instituted by the doctrine of discovery, is a criminal act. Miss Owens, slavery was a criminal act. The whole United States was in on it. Hold on. The whole world was in on the criminal act of slavery. Specifically, we talked about in North America. As a matter of fact, George Washington, criminal. Anybody that had slaves, right, and actually supported the institution of slavery is a damn criminal. Abraham Lincoln, criminal. Do they not glorify him? Oh, we can go into Robert E. Lee. How about Robert E. Lee? Criminal. He's on the daggone stamps, right? On the 50-cent coin. I mean, come on, man. This dude, right, fought against the daggone Union to occupy and to continue to occupy slaves. Is he serious? Oh, the Black community is the only one that, uplift their criminals. Oh, really? And even after they made the institution of slavery illegal, the daggone United States actually bred slaves, right? Domestication by artificial selection. I said it. We was literally bred. Criminal act. Anytime you forcibly force a person to have sex with another person for the purpose of breeding, specifically in the case of humans, it's a criminal act, miss. And guess what, Miss Candace? You are a direct result of that breeding. We see how your genes is flipping right about now. Go ahead, Doc. Man.
Look, I was sitting over here thinking about the presidents, Trump is a criminal. He's a criminal. I'm thinking about the Bush.
What did he do? What did he do, Doc? Did he go just shoot down second in charge in Iran without taking him in the court?
Facts.
Criminal act.
But you know that we've seen that before. You know, we've seen that before. You know, the Bushes, they're criminals. So the
Criminal.
Bushes,
Oh
can
man.
you like, and you and I were talking about John F. Kennedy and his family, you know,
Gun
criminals.
runners,
Yeah, gun
liquor
runners.
runners.
Yep,
How
bootleggers.
they end up being in the presidency?
Uh-huh. Won't you build
Criminals.
on, yeah, build on Ronald Reagan. You and I were talking about Ronald Reagan and all of, and how he brought, you know, the contradiction, how his wife was saying say no to drugs, but explain to the audience, brother Unc, what he was doing.
Contra hearings. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. What they do? They gave money, they gave guns to the Contra. The whole man, y'all can look at Oliver North, criminal. Come on, man. Are you serious? Like, it's just the most craziest thing. And we ain't even talking conspiracy, Doc. We spot on. Look up the Contra hearings. Iran, right? The United States government wasn't supposed to give people guns and they did it anyway. Man, oh my, we can just go on and on and on and on. Oh, they got weapons of mass destruction. Ha! Blow up the whole daggone Iraq. Blow it all up. Oh man, they ain't really had none. Criminals. Watch this. Watch this. The very fact, right, that North America still spends the money, you know what I'm saying, that was garnered in the transcontinental slave trade is a conspiracy. They're all conspirators. The clothing companies, like Brother Chef say, the clothing companies that actually you could pick out the outfits for the slaves, man, conspirators. You know what I'm saying? The Jewish companies, you know what I'm saying, that own the ship making companies. They made the daggone chains for your wrist. But, come on, man, conspirators. Stop that, man. Read The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. Man, come on with that nonsense. What, man, I never expected her to know African history, but goddamn, you should at least know American history. Man,
Facts.
America is a criminal enterprise.
Straight
Last time
up.
I checked,
Straight
based
up.
off of crime, Native Americans, killing all the Native Americans, taking their land. Stop it. Now, oh man, the Civil War was a bunch of malarkey, you know what I'm saying? Because what? They was fighting over who was gonna really access the trading partners across seas. The trading partners across seas wasn't going for slavery no more because they had made enough money. King Leopold, glorified, you know what I'm saying? Murdered Africans for rubber. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on. And I ain't making none of this up. Where the hell she been living at for the last 30 years, Doc?
Right. And like you said, brother Ankh, you know, if you don't know, what did you say, African history, at least know American history. So she just, I mean, she's being used, brother Ankh. And she even stated in the video, I'm a conservative. And again, my mind went back to Dr. Amos Wilson's Blueprint for Black Power, the chapter on the crisis of leadership. And in that chapter, he describes three types of leadership. Okay. The first type is assimilationist. All right. The second type, neo-Black conservative. Third type, Black nationalists. And so, Brother Ankh, if you could bear with me for a quick minute, I just want to define what a Black neoconservative is and what their function is. Okay.
I got to calm down.
I hear you. You sound just as charged up on the show as you did when we were talking on the telephone. But okay, so Dr. Amos Wilson tells us, and I'm reading from page 837 for those who have the text, and if you plan on getting the text. But I'm reading from page 837. He says that the Black neoconservative establishment is used by the white conservative establishment as a cannon fodder in defense of white racism and domination against both Black and white liberals and Black nationalists. Black neoconservatism has defined itself in opposition to constant call of assimilationists for government intervention and Lajarce in the uplift of the socially depressed and politically oppressed Black masses. It also opposes the belief that the government and industry should make special efforts on behalf of the Blacks in reparation for harm done in the past resulting from white racism. This stance by the Black, he calls them neocon establishment, does not in any way stand in the way of its members or advocates, it says, pursuit and acceptance of any high offices offered by both government and industry, whether in the name of affirmative actions, quotas, or just plain help wanted. Black neoconservatives have been ably assisted in this regard by white neoconservatives, conservatives, and crypto racists due to their ideological compatibility with the values and goals of the white supremacist establishment. This has led to their receiving favorable exposure in the mainstream print. So, wait a minute. Favorable exposure in the mainstream print and electronic media to their being appointed to influential offices and professional positions such as heads of the EEOC, the Civil Rights Commission, and to the U.S. Supreme Court under conservative administrations, and to the departmental chairs at prestigious universities. These well-paid propagandists themselves, the prime beneficiaries of precisely those maximum social, educational, and professional advances resulting from civil rights legislation, paradoxically oppose the very collectivistic civil rights activities which have made their occupational positions possible. Their central thesis is that the current condition of Africans at home and abroad is no longer the result of historical or contemporary says mechanisms, I guess, of white supremacy, racial bigotry, and discrimination. Some Black conservatives go so far as to argue that the past oppression of Blacks and their continuing racial domination by whites, whose significance they vigorously downplay, because that's what she did in the video, does not provide satisfactory explanations of the current social economic subordination and marginality of African Americans and Africans across the diaspora. So when I thought about her and I listened to what she said, my mind went back to this powerful passage in Blueprint for Black Power. I think he described to a T who and what Candace Owens is. You know, she's a Black neoconservative, and these are people, you know, who put a Black face on white power. These are the people who tell us that we're living in a post-racial society. Like she said in her video, she said police brutality is a myth. You know, she says that racism is a myth. And so, and this is what Baba conveyed in the Blueprint for Black Power passage. Brother Ankh, do you want to add to that, brother? Brother Ankh, can you hear me? Oh, you're on mute. I said, Brother Ankh, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, let me add to that. CIA involvement in the contra cocaine trafficking. How about that? You can go read the reports. How about that? How about hunting down African American leaders? FBI. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate the FBI, criminal institution. Started out exactly like that. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Doc, like really? Like really. I don't care what she named herself. It's a bunch of malarkey. But it's good to know just how people think, just how the enslaved mentality works. You want to know how a slave think? There you go. There you go. But go ahead, Doc.
All right, no, I'm in here listening. I'm looking at the chat, just reading through what some of the comments saying. I see a brother, Ray Black. He said Candace Owens is disingenuous. She won a discrimination suit against the Board of Education. Wow.
Wow. Oh man. And
but I thought racism didn't exist or discrimination. None of that exists. But here it is. She filed a daggone discrimination suit.
You know what? I'm saying. I'm not gonna be like her. I'm not a hater. Yo, she deserves to get that money, right? But how you gonna get that money and act like that don't happen?
Exactly. It's hypocrisy.
That, Doc. They tell you that that's systemic racism. Could you explain what systemic racism is?
Oh my goodness, you got me thinking about Nellie Fuller right now. I'm thinking about Nellie Fuller. I'm thinking about the 9 areas of human activity. I'm thinking about all of those sort of things right now, Brother Ankh, when you say, well, what is
institutions enshrined in
absolutely.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? At this point, I don't even want to talk about the advances. See, because if you talk too much about the advances, you'll almost forget they just choked their brother out. And then watch this. And then take a scientific document, you know what I'm saying, and word it in such a way where, well, some pre-existing things and coupled with what the police did, like whatever, man. Finish that document off. Finish that document off. It's just the whole system is bananas when it needs to be. That's why we stand up and cheer the youth, right? Because the daggone spotlight is on it again.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like it blew racism out the corners. Because racism, you know what I'm saying, everything is different, y'all, but nothing has changed. You know what I'm saying? So like after the civil rights movement, racism, white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, you got to do a counter move. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we got these things in place, right? But are we really living behind those things? Oh, don't you kneel. Don't you kneel, Cabinet. Don't kneel, because the flag is the goddamn flag was around when they was enslaving African people. So what black person really cares about a flag? No matter what war you fought in. I was in the damn Marine Corps and had to routinely beat up the white boys. That's what it was. Yeah, we all go out drinking, get drunk, and we fight. That's exactly what happened. Call it what you want. I'm going to say it again. In the Marine Corps, here's the order of business. We all go out together and blacks fight the whites. I'm going to say it just like that. Very interesting dynamic. Oh, yeah, I say these fists stay smoking. You know what I'm saying? They stay smoking all day long. All day long. So I ain't trying to hear that, man. And then we go fight a battle together. And then we drink out the same canteen. But you know how alcohol do? Alcohol, you know what I'm saying, make you feel the way you really feel. And when they got the drinking, they got super tough. This, I promise you, it went down. Just, you ain't gonna find no white boy more tougher than white boys in the Marine Corps. I'm gonna tell you right now, they with the shits. They with that. All day long, they with that. Yo, let's get it in. So, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. Systemic racism, it's in all the institutions, man. That's why it's so important. You know what I'm saying? After this is over with, to inspire brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, to be in those institutions. Doc, you doing it over there at Morgan. Plain and simple. That is a very valuable thing to do. Iran-Contra selling guns. They admit they shouldn't have did it. They just do what they want to do when they want to do it, yo. The Bowman Amendment. Let's see. Some U.S. officials also hope that the arms sales would secure the release of hostages and allow the U.S. intelligence agency to fund the Nicaraguans' Contras. Under the Bowman Amendment, further funding of the Contras by the government had been prohibited by Congress. So Congress prohibited them financing, you know what I'm saying, the Contras, the Nicaraguan Contras. They prohibited that, and they still did it anyway. President Ronald Reagan. Come on, man. We could just sit here all day long. Ah, man, let me see. I talked about my Lucky Luciano, got out of jail. They caught it. They pardoned him. The governor pardoned him, got him out of jail because he controlled the ports in New York during World War II. Come on, man. Like, we could just keep going on and on. And by the way, man, your criminal record has absolutely nothing to do with the police after they got you in handcuffs. It don't matter how many times the man got locked up and did his time, man. And in America, once you do your time, that's it.
That's right.
They let child molesters out. How do you know? Because there's an app you can get, and you can figure out who the molesters are in your daggone neighborhood. Y'all should get that. Y'all gonna be surprised. They let child molesters out, y'all. Huh. People committing crimes, sexual crimes, they let them out of jail. Come on, man. It's the American way. Once you did your time, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? Once you get out, yo, it's over with. And she's still holding him accountable for that. That has nothing to do with the conversation. So no matter what points you thought she made them. She has weaponized that information because that has nothing to do with nothing. It is all about what we have seen happen over the years to Black people. They are not afforded the same rights as all Americans are supposed to be afforded. That's exactly what Martin Luther King and them fought for. Malcolm X and them. Dude, they was just saying, yo, yeah, man, just do us the way y'all do each other. If y'all eat there, we want to eat there. If you want to have our own business, let us have our own business. Don't burn them down. Black Wall Street, criminal act. None of them got locked up. Like, it's just crazy right here at this point. Man. What else did she say? I done went off, man. What else did she say? Let me see here. Hold on. Hold on. Got a laundry list. Police brutality is a myth. Right into somebody police smack upside her head.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, so she talked about Black people making criminals martyrs. Police brutality is a myth. She was saying that that doesn't exist. She said that Black people commit a disproportionate amount of crimes as compared to white people. She said that our biggest problem is us. And so she totally ignores the system of racism and white supremacy. And I've said, Brother Ong, to you on the phone, that we're fighting two wars: the system of racism and white supremacy, and also Black inappropriate behavior. But like you said, Brother Ong, what the hell does that have to do with the fact that, you know, our brother was murdered at the hands of the police? And then lastly, she talked about cooning, and she said that whenever you know, Blacks excel or they don't consider themselves victims or they're smart or whatever, she said we call them coons. And that's not true, Brother Ankh. So do you want to speak to that? Because she named some folks. You know, she named Ben Carson, and she named Kanye West, and she was saying, look at their accomplishments. And, you know, any Black person that is successful and accomplished, you know, we automatically call them coons. And Brother Ankh, you and I know that that is not why we've called and Ben Carson. People have called Ben Carson a coon. People have called Kanye a coon because of some of their ideas and philosophies. But it has never been because they were successful.
Right.
Yeah, never because of that. We give Ben Carson credit for I believe he was the first. Yeah, absolutely. We give him credit for that. No one called him a coon
right.
for doing that. You know,
right.
I think Kanye West announced a few weeks ago, Forbes magazine announced that he's a billionaire. We never said he was a coon, you know, for his clothing line or his music or whatever. So I even feel like she misused that word, you know, coon. You know, we've never, we actually, we never did that. We never did that.
She's Aunt Tom Messina. That's who she is, right? That she looking at herself in the mirror when she used that word right there, right? So no, we're smart enough to know the difference between when Ben Carson is talking about the daggone Hebrews built the daggone pyramids. Man, get out of here with that. We beat him up for his nonsense he talk about outside of his profession. Same with Kanye West. Like, come on, man. Like she misused everything. She's the classic example, right, of using information out of context on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad when she got beat up on Joe Rogan's show about global warming. She's really an airhead. That's what it is. She's an airhead. She's an airhead. Absolutely. She's scientifically illiterate all day long. All day. And I felt bad when that European smashed her up on there. But now that I'm looking at it, I was like, she deserved that. I mean, he went at her hard. He was like, yo, you got too much influence. I can't let you get away with that. So you got too much influence, Candace Owens. Too much daggone influence for me and Doc to let you get away with that foolery. Because some people gonna sit back and say, man, she had some points. No, the conversation, right? Why they're rioting in the streets has nothing to do with his criminal record, has nothing to do with Black on Black crime, has nothing to do with none of those issues. The issues is, right, that as American citizens, whether you Black, Chinese, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rican, whatever it is you are, Cuban American, right, you are afforded the right, of a speedy trial. One, a right to representation. Two, you're innocent. Let me say this again. That man is innocent until proven guilty. So how do you kangaroo court him and kill him? How do you kill the people you kill? No, you can be a mass murder. You get some Europeans, they mass murderers, right? It was a case a couple months ago with a guy, father called the police. He was like, he killed a couple people and they caught up with him and gave him some water and food. They didn't kill him. It's stories like that all around. You know, do you know you can literally turn yourself in after shooting 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 people? Did you know that? Yeah, you can do that in America all day long. So the problem is, right, is that we're not afforded those opportunities that our ancestors lived and died for. We're not getting that. So the hell with that. One black life is too much by the hands of those who have oppressed continually. Come on, man. Nah, man. Nah, we ain't buying that. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Ain't gonna be able to do it, Doc. Can't do it. Ain't gonna be able to do it.
Won't do it. Right. Won't do it.
Nope, won't do it. Yeah. Yeah, she's dumb as rocks at this point, man. And she will confuse people with that. Oh, let me check the stats. Let me see. And like you said, she didn't get the daggone stats right. That's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't even get the stats right. She misused terms and she did a lot. But you know, we know she's an agent and we know she's getting paid to do what she does. And so, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not surprised, brother. I'm not surprised. When you first told me to watch the video and she said what she said, I wasn't surprised.
Who is she? Where did she come from? Who picked her out the bunch? Oh man, like hey.
The Republicans. He said, who picked out the bunch? The Republicans.
I don't know. You know what? The Republicans, the Democrats, it's all a bunch of malarkey at the end of the day, man.
That's a fact.
We got that power rolling. We got that thing rolling. We need to. I'm not sure if we should even participate in this election, right? We need to sit down and get 4 years of some real good, concentrated understanding what it is we want and demand. If you get our vote, we need this. And I'm gonna have to let y'all know, man, reparations, you know what I'm saying, is officially, you know what I'm saying, need to be addressed.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm just like cut the check. Cut the check, goddammit. And every year they don't cut the check, man. We need to handle our business again. Cut the check. It's just that simple. They're not listening. They're not listening. See, even white people that's on your side on this one, right? The same white people that's on your side with this one will be the same white people say, hey, marry my daughter. Will be the same white person that will cuss you out if you start talking about money. I dare you. I dare you. Try me with that. Oh, Bob, hey, he likes my daughter. He's black, but I don't mind, he's a good guy. Oh, Bob, did you see where that police, just murdered that black guy? Man, that's atrocious, Billy. It absolutely is. Hey, Bill, what the hell wrong with that nigga wanting some money? We ain't do that. What's wrong with that nigga? Wasn't me. I ain't giving none of my money. Come on, man. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. The whole saga, you know what I'm saying? And that's why just the information that we put out there is so valuable now. You know what I'm saying, Doc? It is so valuable to understand your governmental institutions and how they move and why you should vote. You know what I'm saying? And why and how important a voting block is. You know what I'm saying? Why scientific literacy is so important to even understand that, because it helps you with your civic duties as an African American. This is why we teach what we teach. It's a mechanism to help you think. Candace Owens is not a thinker. She's scientifically illiterate. Check out the Joe Rogan show, her on it. He literally beat the brakes off that woman based off her ignorance of science. And you can tell she's not there. See, I ain't into, well, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. I ain't into all that. I'm
Me
into
either.
looking at exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because see, you should never vote for a president because he's black. Let me tell y'all that right now. That's not why you vote for a president. That's not you. That's not why you vote for a governor, a mayor, and no elected officials, the Congress, none of that. You don't vote for them because they black. I'm gonna tell you right now. You vote for the people that have your best interests at hand, right?
That's a fact.
That are willing and are committed to what you want. That's who you vote for. It's as simple as that. That's how Americans vote. They vote for you. I'll give you a prime example, and we should take a page out of their book. And don't get mad if I say it. Man, the homosexual community. Did I say that right? Is the ABC or the homo?
You know what? The LBGT,
LGATC.
QFB. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But no, that's real. I mean, no, that's real. That's real.
I tell y'all, hey, they repackaged what it was they was doing. They didn't get legislation passed, you know what I'm saying? It was too much, you know what I'm saying? People like, they ain't gonna never go for that like that. They repackaged it. They made it seem more family oriented. They did all of that. And look what they got out of it. They chose a candidate that will support them in their endeavors. That's how they did that.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, they practice group politics, and that's what we need to practice: group politics. And I believe, like you said, brother, we shouldn't be committed or loyal to any party, not the Democratic Party, not the Republican Party, not the Independent Party. Hell, we need to start our own political party. I read that a while ago in Blueprint for Black Power, and I said, Dr. Amos Wilson was right. Where's our Black political party? Even Dr. Claude Anderson in his book Powernomics talks about that. We need to start our own Black political party and come up with an agenda, use our votes as leverage to get either party, to move to our tune, to march to the beat of our drum. So that's what we should be working to do. Right now, we're just so divided. Some Black people are Democrats, some Black people are independents, some Black people are Republicans, some Black people don't want to vote. And so we just got to get united. We got to get united. We got to get organized, and we have to start practicing group economics and also group politics.
Yeah, so you're right. The independent party will have an agenda, right? And a dedicated agenda, and will help us find a candidate if in another party that we're willing to send our votes to. That's exactly how business has to be ran from this point going forward. There is no other way to do this.
And remember back in the day, we were the swing vote, because remember, Black people used to vote in blocks. At one point, we used to vote in the block, so we were always considered, the swing vote. But now we're very divided. I mean, the bulk of us are still Democrats, and especially the baby boomers. Oh my goodness, the baby boomers are still holding on, brother. My mama, she still said, I'm voting Democrat. She said, I don't care what you say. So the baby boomers, they're still holding on, and they're telling us, you gotta vote. If you don't vote, you're gonna get Trump back in office. And so the baby boomers are still very loyal to the Democratic Party, but a lot of people did branch off. Some people are Republicans now, some people are independent, but we need to get back to voting in a block and using our votes as leverage to demand the things, to get the things that we want.
Oh man, and that's important. Let me, I want to bring you here real quick. Bring my main man in here, man. He been on that front line, yo. He been in them streets on that, man. We'll go ahead and bring in Raw Bone. Where you at, Raw Bone, man? I sent you the link, bro. What's the time we on, Doc? What time we on?
Oh, once I say peace to my boy Rob Bourne, I'm getting out of here. It's 11:30. So I'm getting out of here. We've been on for about hold on, let me see. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me look. We've been on for 1 hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah, we right the thing. I'm gonna let him finish this out. Then I can punch the button, go live again, and talk some cash. Let me stop. Man, how many 100,000 we got in that building, man? Oh shit. Man, God. Yeah. We have Raw. No, I'm gonna send him the link, man. Yeah.
Okay, so he's coming. He's joining the Zoom session.
I'm trying to get him in here real quick. He might not even be in there. Is he in the chat?
I don't see him.
Oh man, where you at, bro?
Brother Metro Customer. I love that brother. That brother's always on point. Brother Metro Customer. That's his handle. But he's always on point. He said that Candace Owens used to be a Democrat. That sister's confused. So she used to be a Democrat, and now she's going for the Republican Party. So I guess she's one of those sisters that, you know, whoever got the highest dollar, she goes to the highest bidder. So he said she at one point used to be a Democrat, and now she's she's going hard for the Republicans.
Okay, how they say it, nothing up your sleeves, presto. Okay. All right. Did I put that link in the chat? Oh, hold on. Hey, CK, throw this link in there. Hold on. Hey. It's crazy.
All right, but brother Unc, I gave it an hour 40. I'm getting ready to.
Yeah, you out of here.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to dip out. I wanted to stick around at least to say peace to brother Rob Bourne. Yeah, I wanted to at least stick around and say peace to him, but yeah.
So good. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Right? I think I can shut it down, and I think I can hit the reset button again. I'm gonna see how that works. I think we can really do that. So yeah, y'all appreciate that. That ends this show, and that's a classic example of weaponizing information, of really misinforming people under the guise of informing people. All the statements were out of context.
Completely.
Right? Should never been brought up in the same sentence. Should have never been brought up in the same sentence. That man ain't got the dirt on him. That man where's the empathy? You feel me? Where's the empathy in the lives that's being lost in the protesters? Where's the empathy at? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me right now? There's no empathy in that. Miss Candace Owens, Aunt Thomasina. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no empathy in that. Her job, right, is supposed to go out to the community and talk about those issues that she brought up. Go talk about that, about not using drugs. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that, about not living a life of crime, right? Show them a way to do something better than what you claim they're doing. That's your job. Because, like, you know what I always say, Doc? If you see something, right, then that means you best to fix that something that you see. Yeah, and we ended on that. You want to end on something, Doc?
I know. I mean, I think that this was a great discussion about her, and like you said, she weaponized context. She said some things, but she said it. Oh, there's Brother Rob Bourne. So I'm gonna finish and say, hold up. I just want to say she weaponized context. Family, please join me on Sunday on my channel. We're gonna I'm sorry, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be starting the book Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery by Dr. Naeem Akbar. So you can just subscribe to my channel, Dr. Oyama. Again, we will be reading or starting the book Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery by Dr. Naeem Akbar. Brother Ankh, I was able to give out 20 autographed copies of Dr. Naeem Akbar's book. And so I want to thank everyone who supported that. And we're going to start the book on Sunday. And if you don't have the book, still join us, still partake in the discussions. All right. And with that said, peace and love, everyone. I want to say peace to Brother Rob Bourne, who just joined the panel, and also peace to you, my sister CK, and peace to you, Brother Ankh. I'm out.
Peace, Dr. Mayat.
Peace.
What's going on, Rob?
Ain't nothing, man. Yeah, I heard y'all roasting.
Yeah. Had to. She earned that all day, bro. So what's going on in them streets, man? Talk to us.
What's going on in there? I just got my voice back, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
I just got my voice back, so I'm happy. Nah, it's a weird dynamic. I never seen nothing like this before, so that was weird. I just never seen. It's hard for me to rationalize why all these white people, Asian people are so mad. They're acting madder than black people. They getting bust inside their head, slammed to the ground. Just saw a 75-year-old man get pushed down to the ground and bust his head wide open. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Message might just be real powerful, yo. That just
What happened?
the message is so powerful, and the imagery is so powerful. It's just like with the movement with the Martin Luther King and them, man. Everybody supported that around the world, yo. I mean, sometimes that spark is lit, and I know you and Truth, y'all talk about that, man. Y'all avid about that. I mean, yo, at a certain point, yo, you either leave, follow, get out the way. The energy gonna run you over, yo, if you ain't with it.
Yep.
Just that simple, bro. It's you can't explain this. You can't. You just can't, bro. You can't. You never expect other people to step up for you. With some kind of way that you have tapped into the side, you know what I'm saying, to make us human. You know what I'm saying? That side to make us say that was crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Peace to everybody on the
Yo, we trying to hold. You just hold for a minute. I just want Rob Bourne to finish. We'll close the segment out. I want him to
Yeah. And the other thing that I think that's important, there's so many videos I got, but I can't post them because I would be exposing people, and I can't do it. I want to because it is certain. I can cut some things up, but it won't make sense. But here's like the major thing. So, you have the regular protesters who are mad. Then you have, I'm saying, the youth that is also there that are protesting. And then you have another mentality of a youth there that they just not caring about nothing. They don't even want to tear their own community up. They just happy to be downtown and fucking up the white people shit.
Yeah.
That's how that's basically they on that type of time. And if they can pop off on police and get away with it, they're gonna do it. Mm-hmm. The other part is these I don't know what group these people are a part of, is these different white people. Yep. And the way they moving is very organized. Mm-hmm. So, example, right? I saw dudes broke in the Louis V store. But who opened it was the white boy. Mm. So they opened it, they broke the window, then they backed away.
And they never went in.
They pulled their phone out and started recording. When the police came around the corner, they had a professional camera on them. So when the police come, they acting like they just regular white people taking pictures.
Oh, man.
Like, look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I ran down on one of them. Dude got all scared and shit and ran away from me. So as this is going on, I'm also seeing another thing. And the way that Soho is downtown is not like Harlem. So you've been to Harlem, you see the blocks is kind of long. Right. It's not like that there. The blocks is like, they shorter. Right. There was police on every block. Right. Like one block on all, like it's 4 corners. There's police on all of them blocks. There's marked cars of police sitting there. I'm watching them. And I'm telling the dudes like, yo, son, do you see what's going on? He's like, yeah, fuck that though, son. We going in. Yo, OG, you going in, son. We'll fuck them niggas. So that's what they was telling me. But the police let them do this shit. And the police outnumbered this group that was there. People was out their windows screaming at the police like, yo, why y'all letting this happen? So as I'm looking at the police and I start videoing them, I notice I'm seeing flashing lights and I'm like, oh shit, these niggas is in the car videotaping this shit, and they'll let them break into like 5 stores. So then they'll run after them, but there's nowhere for them to go. They run to the next corner, police is right there. They'll let them pass. They'll wait till they get into another district and then act like they check. So I peeped this shit. And I was like, oh shit, you niggas is letting them do this shit so that you can deter people or create the imagery of why, of really what you want to put out. That we the thug niggas doing this shit just for some next shit. So that's my synopsis of the shit. I have another way of looking at this as far as why people are doing what they're doing. I have a whole different perspective on that, but that's just like the answer. Yo, this is what's going on.
Right. All right, so man, I want you to kind of close that out, bro. We're gonna start another show up, and I'm gonna let you lead off. How you doing, CK? How you feeling, sis?
Peace, peace. Peace to the panelists, peace to the chat.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna get out of this. Look, I appreciate everybody tuning.
And shooting almost every night all this week. I don't know what's going on. Staying my ass in the house.
He was infiltrated.
Don't be scared.
He got infiltrated.
Okay, bam. I think I did that, yo. Let's see. Let's see, yo. Boy, who knew?
Looked like you just went back live.
Yeah, I didn't even have to.
I didn't even switch it
They
over.
put us back in the same live. That's weird.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. It started right back up on my page.
Yeah, because I was still on the previous one.
Oh, I changed. All right, that's a different title on there. See?
Different title. Yeah, it's definitely a different title.
Did that mess up the old title?
Nah, we're still on the same one.
Is it with a different title?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the same one. You just changed the title of the same live stream. Because all the people that were still in here that didn't leave, they're still there.
Tried to trick them. They
Hold on, I could be wrong. Let me double check. I could not know what the hell I'm talking about.
Stand by. Because look.
Yeah, I don't see the one. I don't see the one that you was just doing. It put you back in the same live stream that you just ended.
I didn't mess up the title. What was the title?
It was Candace, Owens, something.
The good thing is you can always go back later and edit it and make 2 different videos. I don't know if it'll mess up the chat though.
Yeah, it'll mess up the whole.
No, we're still in the same chat. Still the same chat.
Man, I ain't want to do that. Man.
See? What did I say right before we went out the live? I said he gonna fuck this up. Watch.